There we go. Hello and welcome. Hi to Serp. Hi to Tommy, who's trying to bring up something that it's such small potatoes. I don't think it even matters. It's not even worth discussing. It's not even worth looking in the library book ever again to see what my record is, because there's important things to plan for. Ready? I had my off-stream think went pretty good this time. I have a couple of big things in store for this upcoming day. Well, the big one for the upcoming day is that I have like 15 gems in a frozen account along with a bunch of money, and the study will appear or will be draftable on the grounds. There's really no reason that I can't get superpowered furnace and freezer next to each other this run. I'm still like going back and forth on whether that's actually going to be the solution, or is it... Yes, I did get the... I got the trophy. I got the trophy without ever losing, so that's good. Like... I've never actually just taken the blowtorch into the freezer and tried that. That seems like, in hindsight, that's a possible solution. Now that I know that it's not just candles and fuses, it's anything that you would want to set aflame, really. And so I take the freezer so rarely that I don't think I've ever been in there with the blowtorch. It's possible that that's all you have to do. It's also possible that both solutions work. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I've been chugging along. I feel like there's some days that just no progress is made, which is frustrating. But then there's other ones where big progress is made. So one of the things is I would like to really knock out the freezer situation and have it over and done with. A hitch? Is it that my luck is terrible? Because that's true. Second thing is I'm pretty sure I know the network password now. Oh, okay, I did read that. Thank you for the reminder, because that would have been very... Yeah, let's not waste any time then. I do appreciate that. I will take that reminder that... All right. So scratch that off the list. Instead, one of the things I know is I think I know the network password now. When I found the safe house, I found the 11 monitors and an A and a message delete this or delete it. And I assumed that message was to clue you into the fact that this had to do with being able to delete and restore things, like, hey, this is the admin password. No, I think it was telling me to delete the A from the password, because in the logs we're told, I was requested to make a new admin password, but it's a little bit longer than, something like that, something along the lines of the fact that it was a longer password than normal. You're restricted to 10 letters, and Swansong HSS would be 11, so I think that the hint there is delete the A. I hadn't worked out that password yet, so I just kind of gravitated towards, this message is cluing me into what I'm going to do with this bunch of letters once I get it. No, I think you're supposed to delete the A. Possibly also delete the O. It says there's in the attic, there's a similar diagram with an O, and it's all scribbled out in red. So I will try it both ways, and I think one of them will work, hopefully. 3 is that I think I might know where lever number 8 is. The machinarium has 8 doors. So... I've had 5 of them open before, so I know that the 5th door has the north antechamber lever. There's still a 6, 7, and 8, so I don't know whether it continues to open more doors as you explore the house and get more rooms, so I will assume that I need 7 doors first, and then get the Machinarium, or seven machinery rooms first, and then take the Machinarium last as the 8th, and it should have a sanctuary key behind it, I think. 4th is that I'm pretty sure I know the answer to the gallery. And I like it. As I was, like, looking over the footage again, and I'm like, I sat there, like, really, because when I found it, I was like, these are, like, none of this makes sense. Because when I see something that I don't immediately get, I start to go, maybe this is a red herring. Maybe this is just, you know, one of those things where they go, you're in on the joke, right? You know that this isn't possible. You knucklehead, you've played puzzle games. You know that this is a fake puzzle that has no solution and it's just supposed to be a bunch of nonsense. The author of Maze. Really? Oh, that's cool. Author of Maze did the paintings that are in the gallery. Also, this invalidates the hint that I had, the tiny little spoiler that I had from seeing a thread somewhere that said, or that was asking, how do you, like, what's the answer to the gallery, or something like that. And when I found the drawing room, I assumed that it was called the gallery because it had stuff on the walls. Alright, so we've hit up the study. And yeah, it turns out, so there is a gallery that has a puzzle. But also the drawing room just happened to also have what is obviously a puzzle of some kind. And I'm trying to think if there was anything that I was going to try here. I think I tried 1107 because I thought maybe it's November. I don't think okay, could it be, what was the Roman numeral in the wine cellar? 1213? MCCXIII. It was not. Right. Turns out there's a lot of puzzles. Alright. So we will not be able to do the black chess puzzle this time around because but I don't know if I don't know if I'm really going for that. Alright, so we'll probably plan on trying for Machinarium this run with all of my many resources. Which means I'll kind of want to fill out the sides first, maybe. Take the workshop because there's always an item in it. And then we'll take the pantry. The guest bedroom continues to intrigue me greatly. I'm not really going to try for it right this second. I have yet to win whatever prize it has to offer. Boxes next to this box contain gems. What? Boxes next to this box contain gems. This is new! This is a new one! I've never seen... Unless this was like the first one? Okay, so both of these... It can only be the center one, because if there was any way that it was blue, it would be equally possible to be black. So you don't even need to think about it. It's automatically white, because it's in the middle. But it's also because this is the false one. Both of those are true. Oh, okay, so there is still a book to read. I don't really want... I'm not going to take it yet. I'll take the library at some point. Oh, also, remember to prioritize... What are they called? Mechanical rooms. Such as pump room, boiler room, laboratory. And pay attention to how many I have. I like having a compass. I like grabbing the salt shaker early. And I'll come back for shovel and sledgehammer if I need them. That's great. Yeah, let's do that. I might want some rare stuff. Might be a fine time. Yeah, while I'm not hurting for exits. Take this. I also reviewed a bunch of stuff, and I think I've found everything, all the knowledge that I have about the. I might have to start re-rolling to get more mechanical rooms, because I'm not getting any. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Okay, there's the throne room, which I kind of want to take. Because I don't want to not take it. Like, it'll save me a... Do I care? No, because if I get the sanctuary key, then I'm going to run out. Yeah, I guess I'm passing up the throne room, and I'll take the lab. Check for item. No. No, no, no. Anything over there? Anything on the floor? Ooh, letters. Oh, my glorious letters. This is gonna be hard, though. Oh, sorry. I think I have all the info on the, or all the info that I have available on the sigils. So I've already filled out Orinda Ares and Fen Ares. I have everything for whatever the 7th one is. I don't actually know the name of it. It's the only country that I don't know the name of. The pink one. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that, and I have, like, almost everything on the other 5. Alright, we're gonna have to go with shop room, because I'm not even picking the archive room, if I can help it, and losing 5 steps to every red room is bad. And since I'm trying to make good use of my resources, I probably won't run out and do the network. Like, I could have done it while I was outside just now, but this is such a promising run right here. I want to make sure I do absolutely everything I can. What am I doing? Key cards. Back down? Yes. What do I have, by the way? Compass, broken lever. Take the spare bedroom. Simply coins. Observatory will be good, of course. Alright. A gem, a key, delicious apples, and additional gems. A single ivory die. Okay, it doesn't say as you draft it. I think I'll wait on it. I'll wait until I have the 8. I have just 1, 2 so far. Sure, we'll go like this. Are there any... I forgot to... I'm pretty sure all the mechanical rooms are all... I think they're all blue. So I don't particularly need this. Although... I'll take this. And then let's turn around and go fill in the bottom. So yeah, I'm acting under the assumption, and it could be incorrect, acting under the assumption that when I draft the Mechanarium, it will at that moment lock in how many doors it has. No, I like the kennel. Yeah, kennel is good. And then billiard room to hook the corner. Right. 30 minus 20. 3, 0, 2. Start with -10, then add 5 to get -5, square it to get 25, subtract 10 to get 15. I bet you think you're clever. Salted banana for breakfast. To start the day right. We are not finding very many mechanical rooms. Alright, here is, I mean, here's a showroom that I can take, because it'll be a shop. I could redraw, because this would... I'm going to redraw. Yeah, we're doing a terrible job of finding mechanical rooms. Alright, let's guess bedroom. When I walk in, nothing happened. Let's say her ladyship's chamber, alright. No idea if anything happened. Alright, so we still have the whole rest of the house, though. Yeah, I was gonna come up here first. This doesn't matter too much if it does dead end. Attic is always nice, but I'm okay without it. Let's just dark room. Ugh, that hurts. Well, Alright, let's try and draft a kitchen as soon as possible. Alright, there is a kitchen that's going to completely block off that half, but that's okay. We'll still have these 3 available doors right here. Oh, good, and it was a shop. Alright, so these will be... If I buy 4 of these, it's actually... Yeah, it's... No, it works out the same. 4 of these would be 16. This will also be 16. So the salt makes them equal. I've already eaten a bacon and eggs. Do I spend money on these prematurely? Probably. So I don't have to come back? I don't think there's anything else I'm going to need. I could have bought the other thing, too. It's actually a fine time to silver key to make sure I can get over to the left as soon as possible. And this is also a shop. And a green room. So we still only have 2 so far. I'm doing an awful job. What are they again? Did I actually screw myself over by getting the Solsammonal? Because some of these rooms that I'm looking for are common. Utility closet, boiler room, pump room, security. Wait, hold on. Breaker box, power source, pump room, security, workshop, lab. That brings us up to 7. I don't appear to have an 8th. Okay, this... Oh, yeah. So wait, did I count that? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the aquarium, which I don't think it would be if I didn't have specifically the electric eel aquarium, which means there might only be 8, which makes me a lot less confident that this is the play. Because that would make it difficult to impossible to ever get. Alright, so here's one, and I kind of have to-ish take it, even though this is a bad spot for it. Or take the gym so that I have more expansion. No, I need to... Even though it sucks, I have to take it. It's also... I don't have the security card, so this frees me up from the awfulness that is security door stuff. Alright, I need to get over to the left. Desperately, so... I think I take this, but I don't go in just yet. Not until I can find some keys. mechanical rooms. Should have gone back and got the shovel. A lot of times you find either a shovel or a something. Right. All right, that's good. So we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to use my last key yet. If there's anywhere else that's not locked. There we go. Cool. Yes, that's good. Even though we don't need it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what's left? What's not in the house yet? Pump room. Just the pump room. Shall I go back now to the weight room? Yeah. Oh, also, man, I really should have gotten the shovel because I have the kennel. And that's the reason to take the kennel, is so that you unlock things. But it's too far to walk. I could take the laundry room and immediately cash in all the money I have for keys. That's actually a fine idea. Also, it's a shop. How many times this day am I going to say also it's a shop? Alright, so which one of these is... Yeah, coins for keys. So I will go down to 11 and then wind up with 11 keys and 1 gold. And I take that 1 gold and I go to the casino. Let it ride. No. Alright, so now let's go to the Great Hall. And it's at this point when I probably start using up gems a little more liberally to try and get... I don't have any way of telling. So actually I will first... Ooh, do I go up first? I'll go up first. Lost and found, there's nothing that I have that I'm afraid of losing, so that sounds great. Although dining room would also be great. But I'll take the lost and found. Oh, although I hate having to walk through here a second time, so I have to make sure that I don't walk through here again. This can be... I don't have the steps to support this. And I don't really want the armory. Let's go with Rook. Accept this power, yes. Lost the broken lever. Oh, and I know what that is. As soon as I pick that up, we're on a timer. Oh, but I'm not actually, like, I'm hurting for steps, but I'm not really hurting for keys. Ooh, could I use this stopwatch to quickly run back to the commissary, buy a shovel, and come back? Is that the best use of it? But I don't need keys anymore, so I'm not worried about... Well, I'd like to dig up some turnips, but... No. Alright, so... Go. Oh, I thought it didn't use up keys anymore. I guess I was wrong. Alright, I'll take this shop. Definitely want 2 exits here, and they're good. Keep going. Keep going. Looking for things that are mechanical. Just the pump room. Pump room's the only one. Pump room, pump room. No. Oh, you still lose those. Alright, fine. Sneaks. Alright, so still hoping for the pump room. And I should maybe... There's another shop. I should also really get the mail room. Although I imagine those letters stay delivered forever, I hope. I don't have the magnifying glass. I know that there are stamps here that I did not notice before, like this one. But I can't look at it right now. What's the other one? This one? Yeah. That's how I know that it's turtles for... I think... Is that supposed to be a pink stamp? Because that's who it should be. And I can't read the name because I don't have a thing. Simon, in case it's useful to you, here's a rough diagram of the steam duct system. Due to the ever-changing nature of the rooms in the estate, we ended up building the duct system to be quite flexible, and if you look along the ceiling in many rooms, you will find many of them have been outfitted with steam ducts. As long as you align these rooms together in an uninterrupted string, power can be transferred from room to room, even if the boiler room and its intended destination are on opposite sides of the house. Boiler room, lab, pump room, garage, laundry room. Oh, yeah, garage... Yeah, you can steam power the door, weirdly. There, laundry room, pump room... Yeah, those are the things that might need power. Simon, let me know if I'm writing to you too much. I've never been good at gauging where the line of impropriety is, and for all I know, maybe the help I'm offering you with these letters is unwarranted. Maybe you are perfectly fine without my help. It's been a bit of a moral quandary for me as I've written these, as I'm fairly certain your uncle didn't want us to assist you on your quest. Still, if it was that important, I believe he'd have the foresight to specifically instruct us not to interfere. Nothing ever deterred him from that level of supervision in the past, and after working alongside him for over a decade, I like to at least imagine that we were friends and that I knew him well. In conclusion, I think he would have found the level of help I have offered well within the acceptable range. I haven't spoken too much about him since his departure, and I know you didn't know him that well, but as soon as you're ready, I'm going to have plenty of stories to tell. He was a fearless businessman with the greatest respect for invention. Of all the laboratories I've worked in, I can tell you Mount Holly was a gem, and I'm hoping that we can continue that work once you've taken up the reins. But I won't get ahead of myself. You still have to find the 46th room, Randolph. Did that one doesn't have a stamp that I can look at. Dear Simon, I can't look at that one either. After giving it some thought, I've decided I'm going to continue helping you. I also just had a small chat with the probate lawyer, and he assures me there's nothing in the Baron's instructions that would preclude me from offering you my modest assistance, so let me tell you what I know. About a week before Sinclair died, something rather curious happened. A few lab assistants were called by Mrs. Babbage, the house manager, to remove several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studio. Typically, all of the unused floor plans are kept there, and I never heard of them being moved to another location, nor would I presume to guess the reason for such an action. I'm not sure which floor plans were removed, or where they were moved to, save one, which I was instructed to remove myself. Oops. Assuming it was not moved again after I hit it, you should be able to find it in the observatory, hidden within the lens compartment of the telescope therein. Yowza. If there was a reason behind the removal of these floor plans from the drafting studio, hopefully this will serve as the first illuminating step toward finding out why. Nauseam. Things are coming along just fine. Today's day 50, so I'm probably going to beat it. Probably going to beat the whole thing today. Even without the stupid freezer. One thing, I had forgotten to voice this, but this was another thing that within the last couple of days I thought of. There could still be a twist where Mrs. Babbage, because she's so involved with everything, she could be behind the nefarious stuff, right? She could have planted all of the notes that we found that are like, oh, Danny Ravane, he's a bad guy, Christoph Hartley, he's stealing, and he's the bad guy who cut up all of that could have been planted by Anne. We know we haven't really gotten a ton of information directly from her, and she could be a bad guy. It could happen. Oh, and so here's another one. That's Iraja. But again, I will need the magnifying glass to see it. Hey, Simon, I'm going to assume at this point you've likely reached the upper ranks of the house and run into our key card security doors. These are actually a fairly new addition to the house that were designed by Kirk Darren and myself. We think possibly Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. Were designed by Kirk Darren and myself and were installed after an unfortunate incident 2 years ago when some of your uncle's correspondence was stolen by a member of the staff who had somehow managed to reach a room that they should not have been able to find. We're still not 100% how he got past the antechamber seals, but it was clear after that episode that not every member of the staff should have unchecked access to the higher ranks of the estate. It's important to note here that in my own experience, I have found every other member of the staff to be extremely trustworthy and unwavering in their loyalty to your uncle. Still, after that incident, we decided to err against our own confidences and opted to install a state-of-the-art security system, issuing key cards to only the most trusted members of the senior staff. If you find the security doors become an annoyance while you are attempting to navigate the house, you should be able to lower their frequency from the security terminal, and there is even a nifty trick to unlock them by utilizing the utility closet in conjunction with the security settings. I already knew this, though. Although there's only 3. There's low, medium, high, but do rare rooms have... Are security doors more likely to lead to rare rooms? He's not saying that, but he has some sort of rating system here between common, standard, unusual, and rare, while he's talking about nothing but the security doors. Or maybe the Hideo. How are you? Simon, following up on the map I created outlining the steam-powered duct system, I thought it would be helpful to provide you with a corresponding map for gas power, which is an outdated system that is currently only utilized outside the house in locations on the grounds. Apple Orchard, Hovel, Schoolhouse, Gemstone Cavern. Already knew that. Way ahead of you, buddy. Why doesn't he have anything to say about the freezer? I thought for sure. But whatever. Alright, so what are we still trying to do with this run? We still have a few chances to get the pump room. I might also, if I do get the thing guy, thing face, thing man, Should I, like, roll a bunch now? Maybe. Oh, another thing that I thought of, you might be able to... I don't think I've ever had the lockpick when I go up to her diary, and I don't have it now either. You might be able to... You might be intended to lockpick the diary, because I've never found a key. Of course, I've also never found a hidden floor plan inside the lenses of the telescope, so... I don't know, I must be some kind of dum-dum. So that's going to give me some steps back as I walk into rooms again. In fact, I can even, I haven't drafted either of the boudoir or alright. As I leave here, I will walk back in so that I can sleep. We'll see what else we can do. Also, the Mechanarium probably can't... since it's a four-door-ish thing, I think it can only appear here and here. I don't think it is possible to draft it in any of these outside rooms, so I'm going to go through all those first. Or I could... Yeah, basically. That's where we're at. This furnace, which I don't... Yeah, I'm not going to grab a furnace, so we'll just eat this now. After pouring a bunch of salt on it, that is. Chick, chick. Alright, well, music room will let me... Let's... Oh, I can redraw a bunch here. Let's redraw a lot and really try to get the pump room. I also don't know if there's any kind of prohibition against pump room appearing in the corner. I wouldn't see why. I could also... No, we'll keep using my rolls because I have so many of them right here. Get the pump room, please. Oh well. I still have gems, too. Gems to start cranking out like crazy. Alright, so kitchen is way too commonplace. I don't have the pool. I haven't skipped over the pool. Well, maybe I did skip over the pool, like, early on. God, how do I keep forgetting that? Kitchen I probably really don't want to see as often. Partly for the, like, the bad exits. No, we'll leave it at standard. Utility closet also okay at standard. It's an enigma because I either want it really early or I definitely don't want to see it at all. Because I'll probably find the, what do you call it? This, please put this all the way to rare. Yes, you can point out, I guess. I'm not sure what it is you're going to point out, but I'll accept it. Forget if I walked by. Oh, you thought you saw a show. Oh, in here. There it is. Thank you. And yes, I would say that's fine. If I miss that, if I miss a trunk in a room. Alright, so I need... Oof. Alright, so the pool... The pool, I think, can show up here, because it's 3 exits. Maybe just in case I'll go down to... No, we'll try... Yeah, I imagine. It happens so much that you point a camera directly at something. But the person who's playing the game just does not see what's in the center of their screen. Alright. So yeah, I think I am just going to, until the pool comes up, if it comes up. There it is. But yeah, I would say, oh, I've never fallen into the pool before. Often you'll be too late to point something out for me anyway, but I would say, sure, if you do see me, because that's, I've mentioned it already, I'm like, that's one of the things that if I had any kind of complaint about the game, I think I do kind of mind how, oh no, I don't want to walk through the Lost and, do I care? I don't think I care. I lost my compass, that's okay. Because I want to come over here and do these rooms first. Bedroom? Yeah, that counts as a bedroom. That just sort of the act of having to spend a few moments looking around a room to make sure that you don't miss the items that are in it is a little bit, I don't really like it. So pump, yeah, I don't want, I'll save the silver key for when I'm trying to get the crystal, what's it? Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the Planetarium, if I draft it, will be the 8th. We'll leave in silver key right here. There it is. Open wide. Oh, okay, that one's not open because it's not open. And that one will lead to a room. So behind here is just a silver key. Glorious. And an upgrade disc. Ho ho. Man, that means I have all the Sanctum keys. But I don't have all the Sanctum information. Alright, so what's the fastest way? If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, stop in the observatory, 9, 10, we'll be totally fine. Yeah, I got a Sanctum key. Do 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 do. Do. Oh, you just saw the disc. No, I got 8 exits open. I went the wrong way. 8 exits open on the Mechanarium. Which, again, that seems so hard to do. If you don't have the electric eel aquarium, maybe the thing I'm about to find in the observatory is also a mechanical room. So, I guess I lower this? Not that way. Oh, no, it has to go that way. And then, no. Which... Oh, that's right. It's all the way up here. Because it was on this side, right? Looks like there's a hatch. And it, like, it completely looks like a hatch. How? How could anyone be so foolish as to not see? Alright, so how should I move this so that I will be able to... Okay, new plan. Trick is, if you block off exits, they count as well. Ah, okay. Alright, so maybe I do this. Yeah, swing it around. And yeah, that seems really mean. Because it's not obvious at all that you would go, you can block off an exit. Planetarium. If you call it a day in the Planetarium, gain 2 stars. I almost don't want to add that. But I will have to... Oh, there's going to be a puzzle in it. It's room number 8, which means there's a puzzle in it. And we must do puzzles. Do tell. Well, unless the other way involves... Whoops. Like, knowing... So, like, if there's somewhere else that you could go, but now there might be something else there instead, then don't tell me, I guess. And I can't read the description just yet. That's okay. Yeah, that's a fun little secret there for them to go send him a bunch of letters and he eventually tells you. Oh, I see. Is this... Yeah, this is the right way. Yeah, I couldn't really see how I would be able to get, like, because lowering, I would need to then walk down the staircase, and I wouldn't be able to anymore. I also had the jetpack and could have jetpacked up to it, but figure I'd save the fuel. Also wish that I had the magnifying glass, because all of these things, all of these guys have stamps. Yeah, I spent a long time not being able to, like, I was so frustrated. There was one time where I called it a day, while I was on this side of the river, and it meant that the boat stayed where it was. And I'm like, I can't ever get to that side of the reservoir ever again until I find another path. And then I eventually found another path. Alright, read 'em and weep. All 8 doors are open. I have only solved 2 of them. And I'm not sure where I'm going to get all the rest of the information, but I at least know that... I also didn't notice the 8 symbols are right there on the floor. So it should not have been a mystery which one you're getting. Okay. So this should be spiritual. Which is that one. Turtle. Oh no, wait, weather first. So heat, which is wavy lines. Travel by turtleback. Which is that one, even though they are not short. Hold on. Let's... Okay, yeah, no, that was the last, pouring out the beer. All beers are awful, in my opinion. Alright, so I guess for whatever reason they didn't make these long. Maybe they didn't have that technology yet. And the color shall be pink. That's pink. Doot, doot, doot. And that's what it looks like there in place that I don't think I know the name of. Vera Shores? Mount Holly Estate, care of Miss Babbage. Despite my prejudice against Mother Nature, I own that I have deeply loved my time here at Vera. The memories of the youthful trip I took here with my brother have been relentless, and as I have gotten older, I find less and less occasion to recollect on such trivial pleasures. One thing I do remember vividly, which has not lost a single speck of charm, are the famous turtles. Each visitor of Vera, upon arriving, is lent one of these hard-shell friends for the duration of their stay, to serve as both steed, guide, companion, and lunch. Emergency food supply. I am still under the spell of island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Morayai. So does that mean it has calm weather? Is that a hint that... Oh, no, wait. Yeah. Is that a hint, maybe, that Morayai might have calm weather? I don't know. It wouldn't make any sense if the only way that you could get information was from behind one of the other doors, because you could just luck out and... Oh, no, I guess you could do what I'm doing. You could get all 8... No. Yes, you could get all 8 Sanctum keys. I was worried that I was like, no, you could soft lock and not have access to the information. Morayai box, the variation. While Morayai boxes were never as popular in Vera as in other realms, pink tiles were eventually introduced based on the Veran people's devout respect of the sacred circle. Ooh, we saw the word sacred somewhere. All adjacent are potato yes. So I'm trying to get these to be purple. Oh, yes, and oranges can, Oranges can be made to copy. Oh, There we go. And then... And then... Boy, oh boy. Allowance. Alright, so... Arch Ares, which is this one, the third one. I know everything except for mode of travel. I kind of suspect that it's... I feel like it might be trains, but I also don't want to guess. I would rather try and find the information and save the route for, like, a lot of them I only need one more thing, and so it is like pretty possible to brute force, but I don't really want to. I forgot that I had an upgrade disc in my inventory. Where do we go with that? And I'd like to know. Is this... This is not open. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. So we'll make a beeline for the lab or security. Or no, sorry, security or... Yeah, lab or security. And then should I go end the day, perhaps, in the study again? No, I won't be able to get back... will I? I might be able to get back out. Oh, there's the lab on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I might as well go up to security because I can open one more room and hope to... No, I can't get the freezer. I know I can't. All right, stop stalling. Do the thing and then live to see another day. Plenty of gems. It's funny too that Danny Ravane had written in there about how, oh, like those greedy bastards, they just want to grow. They just want to grow these flowers for the gem costs of their rooms, and it's like, wait a minute, where do the gems go? How does it permanently cost gems? Oh, crazy! What? We're going to get a different statue. Raise your luck with each green room you draft from this cloister, so better items and things. Only from things that you draft from the cloister. Find an extra item in each bedroom you draft from this cloister. Open a random door of the antechamber for each black print you draft from this cloister. Well, there are very few black prints, and I don't really care about opening the antechamber. That's easy. So let's, I guess, try and draft bedrooms off of this, and we'll get items. All right. All right, and back out to, yeah, I think to get the study again. Is there anything else? No kidding. That's very cool. That it can give you different ones. Oh no, I also like I like taking the lost and found for my outdoor room. I'm a little too far though, right? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I can make it. All right, let's do that. And that's again like the thing with the thing being hidden in the telescope is yet another reason that I can't watch anyone play this game until I'm done with it. Because someone totally could. Day one, you've lost your car keys. What else is new? Somebody could, on day one, draft the astronomy thing, and as they're wheeling it around to get it into place, go, there's a hatch on the side. Think I'll go open it. You can only draft dead ends from it, but each time you do, you get 4 dice. Was it the death one? Draxus? Because he loves dead ends. Yeah, this has got a lot of secrets hidden in plain sight. Also, now that I could have done it, well, I would have run out of steps doing it last time. But this time, I can go and hit up the network thing. I've lost nothing, and I get a rabbit's foot and repellent. How the stars worked? Were you not, like, clicking on them? Do I know how the stars work? Oh, and Cloister is also a red room because, well, yeah, because that's kind of a drawback. All right, so it is my hope that now that it is day 51 and it is too late for me to claim my prize, my legacy, admin key SWNSONGHSS. No. SNGHSS? No, I'm shocked. Is it... I am very confused. Because what I thought is that the thing that I found in the safe house that had the 11 security monitors, and one of them's labeled with an A, and there's a message that says delete it. If you look at those 11 monitors, the first letter of each room spells out Swan Song HSS, assuming that the H is hallway and not one of the other rooms that looks like a hallway, like the East Wing or West Wing. And HSS is Herbert S. Sinclair's initials. So I had really thought... I thought at first, oh, okay, it's... Boudoir safe... Man, yeah. That took me until... And it's crazy to think if I hadn't drafted the boudoir on Christmas, I probably never would have guessed it. Or I don't... Maybe from the other dates, I don't know. So, because you can't fit Swansong HSS, and because the... Where is his specific note in the logs? Recording capability has been disabled. Existing video playback functionality has been removed. There's a bunch of deleted logs. And then, as requested yesterday, new admin key created, though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical length formatting. And I thought for sure, I thought absolutely for sure that meant Swansong HSS, but without the, maybe it's all caps. Yeah, I have not opened any other safes. The only one that I've managed. I have some little bit of a clue on how, or like idea of how the office safe might be opened, but I think I know how to use this. I think this goes next to the word castle, but it doesn't spell anything yet. I did try it all lowercase too, right? Didn't I? Oh, man. That was one that I did not expect to, like... I thought for sure... I was completely positive that was going to work. So, that's bad. Oh, I forgot to pick up my allowance. And wish in the fountain, but that's okay. Alright, so I would like to... What are my other things I'm trying to do? Actually, let's review. Okay, do the chess puzzle with all black pieces. I'll try that someday. Get all the hint letters. I didn't get all of them. I got a lot in that last run. More than I thought I would ever get in a single day. But it doesn't seem like he's going to say anything else useful, but I'll keep trying. Get heat to the freezer. I can try that today, maybe. Find dates for safes. And where are the other 4 safes? Also don't know. Did not get this correct, which is crazy. Graduate from 9th grade. That'll be after I add the 9th classroom to the drafting pool. Find more red envelopes. Difficult. They're probably in the safes. See the fortune teller. I haven't seen the fortune teller room in like 10 days. Library scrapbook I did check out. Magnifying glass in the secret base. I did do that already. That doesn't need to be on there. Found the last sanctum key. Learned most of the national sigils. Want to go to room 46 with 100 gold, see if anything happens. Very doubtful there. Solve the drawing room. Difficult. Ladyship's diary. Maybe you can lockpick it. Read the final book in the library. I'll probably do that on this day. Oh, why was this on here twice? To keep checking the library scrapbook. This is probably related to the office safe. Throne room has a left-handed guard. This is the other thing. Oh, solve the gallery, of course, and then tunnel out of the manor. I want to see if, now that I'm aware that you should not normally be able to get, like, when I get to this room, it won't be a 4-way room. And when I get to this room, it won't be a 3-way room, because they never give you a room that has a door that faces the outside of the house. It won't even be blocked off. They just don't give them to you. But the tunnel, while I was up here, I had the option of drafting another tunnel, and it did show up. So I wonder if you can tunnel out of the house. And if so, I would like to do it. Hello. I'll wait until I have a sledgehammer. What luck, now I have a sledgehammer. Maybe. Maybe not. Take my. Oh yeah, there is a sledgehammer. I made the classic mistake of not being able to read. That's a blunder. Bonk. I shouldn't have been so quick to pick that. What if I need other things? Alright, let's be sure. All security. Very curious. The thing that in the letter it seemed like it was saying. I'm pretty sure that's the hallway. That's not east or west, is it? Who knows? All right, Serp. Beat him twice. Once for you and once for me. Conference room is fine. I'll double back and start hitting the left side. I do want to be careful about gems. Oh, nice. You really might get it. These are still new. The letter B appears twice on the box that contains the gems. All statements that contain more than one B are true. The blue box contains gems. All statements that contain more than one B are true. That can't be true, because that would mean both of these are true, and this is true. They can't all be true. So this is false. But it tells me nothing about... Oh, this is false and tells me that these two can't both be true, otherwise that would be true. So this is false, and one of these is false. Either blue box contains the gems is false. This is... Oh, wait. But where are the gems, though? We could say this is false, and this is true? That would mean it's in here. What if this was true and this was true? Wait. What if this is... Oh no, we just said they can't both be true. So this is... Oh, the blue prog... I mean, we got the marble mount, so all we do now is, I might even quit the group, I don't know. we meet up and we do the Unreal, and then we do, like... We've been working our way through the extremes, but starting with ARR. But the Unreal, just getting 2 clears of the Unreal takes us most of the night. Even though I don't think it's a very hard fight. So as I was saying, this is This is false. Both of these are not true. They could both be false. If this is false and this is false, then it would be in the gems would be in the white box. If this is true and this is false, that's impossible. If this is false and this is true, then they would be in here. Uh-oh, that's a problem. Oh, no, wait. What was I saying? If both of these are false, we could say blue box has the gems? No. Blue or black has the gems? No. I feel like this, like... I didn't think about it hard enough. Because I got things to do. I got a game to beat. I don't have time to be doing logic puzzles. Jeez, what do you guys even come to this stream for? I don't know what you're talking about. I got it wrong on purpose. No, I didn't get it wrong on purpose. Let's... Do I put the... I'll put the chapel here. I don't even... Now I'm all thrown off. I don't know what I'm doing with this run now. Oh, no, I don't want to lose 2 rooms. A little bit of a waste of a dice, but... Oop. All right, loaded up with precious stones. There's a freezer. What did I say? I said there's a freezer. Sorry, I can't understand. I don't, what does that expression even mean? Is that a puzzle? Trying to figure out how that applies to this situation? You got me. Right, taking the greenhouse. Probably getting a... No, I thought there would be a... Oh, there's a shovel instead. Oh, and there's no flowers growing because this is the barren soil. I wonder why. I wonder if there's still anything to that. Oh, don't forget, I have repellent. What do I want to use that on? What is a terrible room which I wish not to see? Unknown. No, I've heard of eating crow, yeah. But I thought it's more like, what does it mean? Like, when you brag about something and then it turns out to be wrong? I don't think I was bragging just then. I don't. Or being, you know, made humble. You know. Let's, I won't take this yet. Maybe we'll guess bedroom again. See what happens. Alright, I got 5 plus 5 because of the sleep mask. Here's a single key. No, I've already had one wrong. I got the trophy. I got the trophy for getting 40 right, and then I got another one, and then the 42nd attempt I did fail. So there was nothing special about this failure. I don't think it was funny. Then I'll say hovel. Oh! I got a plus. I got a bunch of steps. That was it? So does that mean now that this is the hovel? Like I have the hovel now? I guess. Right? We'll know soon enough. I do. I have the hovel now. Unfortunate that none of these point north, but that's alright. Alright, so part of the plan is still maybe get the study, maybe do a thing, do a dance. Running down the house. Turnip. Patio. That'll actually get a nice bunch of gems in the conference room if I care to go back for them. I won't need them for gemming because I have the hovel now. Oh, it's an annoyingly long way, but I need to fill in the bottom of the house anyway, so I have to go back. We're finding turnips. Rather be finding, you know, dice, if anybody thought to bury some of those. Under 6 millimeters of dirt. I can still break the piggy, and I don't know what happens after you do. I don't know if that means that you just never have to pay the tithe again, or if you still pay the tithe, but it just goes nowhere. Or maybe they get a new piggy. Here is, once again, the freezer. Now we'll workshop. Get a battery, continue onwards. What could we battery? I could right now battery the magnifying glass and then test that on the freezer. Better to not actually build it until... because I might get the library pretty soon. And if I get the library, then I want the magnifying glass. Really greening out. Like, there won't be any green rooms left to take if I take this. I could just take the corridor instead. Especially because I might get the hall closet at the end of this. Oh, there's still green room. There's still a bunch of green rooms. What am I talking about? Ah, but I want to do this on rank 8. That's what I've been told. By an achievement list. So I can come back here and make something if I want. So again, now I kind of have to highly prioritize the study, should I find it. I have 2 exits available. There's the tunnel, but if I tunnel forward, I know I'm just going to hit the antechamber. It's not an ideal spot to start the tunnel. I think. Okay, so I could take this and I will find extra items in the bedrooms. If I take bedrooms off of here. I mean, I could. I could also just take the no. I also don't absolutely like, even if I only draft 1 bedroom off of here and get 1 extra item, then it's still a nice bonus. And it's holding a different statue now. I mean, a different item. So this is a bedroom. The maids have purposely left this room untidy, and a little thing slid in. It'd be fun if it actually was, like, visibly... Wait, is it? Is it different? I can't tell. I don't actually look at rooms while I'm in them. Just like real life. Alright, so we got running sneakers. I think there's better stuff out there. So, I mean, I can start with the... Start here with the freezer meat. No, I still don't have the study. But, I mean, that's... yeah, whatever. I'll take it. But I'm first going to go back. There is one more room over here. Usually I like to wait until I have lockpicks, but... oh, good. Locked out. What do you know? Lockpicks. 2, 3. Oh, money. The t-shirt. Do anything to you. Alright, lockpick everything while I'm here. Just to get my lockpicking skill up. I could go... what I'll play next? I was thinking Pizza Hero, because I think that's going to be, like, a quick game. It's a lot more action-y. No brains required. Probably. Do I have this? Oh, it unlocked because of the dogs. Good job, dogs. Proud of you. I've forgotten once again what I'm doing with my existence. Let's... Yeah, because Void Stranger, I have no idea what kind of a game that is. I don't know if that's puzzle or Metroidvania or what. Oh, this is what I think that's it. That was... The letter was just telling you, like, hey, when you draft from opening a security door, there will be pips at the top telling you the rarity of each of the rooms. I see. Sure. Yeah, I can hold off on Void Stranger. I've got plenty of other games to play. Alright, I think I might... We could secret passage into... What color? Like, a shop? Yeah, we'll secret passage into a shop. And I'll probably get the Mount Holly shop. And that has 3 exits. Yep, there it is. I could also, like, laundry... Oh, it won't be powered, though. Unpowered laundry room. Not as exciting. Successful pick. I want to be able to keep going north is the main thing. We'll observe anyway, because this is just you really get your money's worth in this room. All right, let's go back now. This door. Lockpicking successful. All 4 exit rooms. Boudoir for the dice. And then, let's see. I guess now I have no... yeah. I want to go in off of the boiler room just in case there's some way that this even if it's not the furnace, it might, yeah, it could be something like this that, oh no, okay, well, the dark room then, no, that doesn't go upwards either. All right, let's redraw so we can try and go up, or I could just trust that I'll get something over here. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is rank 7, not 8. Alright, so passageway will work. And then before we go there, we'll go out the other way. Anywhere to dig down there? No. Hold on. Oh! That red cabinet powers the thing in the... Okay, I will... That's another thing to try now. After I hopefully have not exhausted all of my steps... Alright, so it's now that I kind of have to decide between, am I going for the furnace? I never found the study. No, I won't do that. So this could also be something that spreads power right here. Lab doesn't really spread the power, though. Okay, this I would really like to be Lady's Bedchamber. Study, which I need, but I have a lockpick, and I want to see if I can lockpick. Yeah. Already, I can't believe I just said no to the study after all that, because I still have a small chance to come over here and like get something that has 2 exits and relays power, and then try to like hit two of the sides up for furnace and stupid face. Pick it. Oh, whoops. What? No, wrong item. Not the magnifying glass. Man. All right. Well, maybe there's a puzzle in plain sight. Just like with the, under her pillow, right? Under the pillow. Under the pillow. Under the hat. Under the blankets. Inside of the bedpost. At the top of the everything. Inside the chandelier. Depress the harp pedals in order to unlock the diary. Sledgehammer the vases. I have a sledgehammer. It didn't work. It didn't do anything. Ugh, I don't know what what it could be then. I don't know where else I'm gonna find this key. Hey, Red Sail. So yeah, still hoping to find the study. Alright, here's the library so we can or dark room for more exits. Because more exits means more possibilities of still getting... No, I have the magnifying glass, so I need to hit the library. Because the last book is in here. The last book that I have not taken yet. Oh, wasn't it? Oh, I didn't order it last time? Okay. I thought I had ordered it. No, I bought it, but I didn't order a new book yet. Alright, so there's the bookshop that I don't need. Rotunda, which I hope will grant me a study. Man. Well, there's still something I was going to do, right? What was the something that I figured out that I'm going to run out of the house and do? No. Did I? I might be making things up at this point. I can rotate these so that they give me one more chance at Stupidville. I know, because the deal is I'm hoping that I can get a study and then go to the passageway, roll until I get something that splits power 2 ways, even if it's the weight room, that's fine, I'll lose my steps for it, and then I'll have 2 entrances right next to each other, both powered, furnace and freezer, but I need the study for that to work. And I think I'll billiard room. Yeah, I don't care about keys. Oh, I see. Thank you. You were pointing out the thing that I was just talking about seconds ago and forgot about already. Thank you. Always appreciated. All right, so that is 1. This is 2. And this, what in the world? Wait, there's no plus. So is this, okay, this is -3 times 1, still -3, square it, 9. Remembering is the hardest thing to remember. They teach you that in school, if you didn't know. So, I mean, I have 8 redraws here if I want to really just try absolutely everything to get the study. Because the study would save this run. Oh, the Planetarium won't be on rank 8, it'll be on rank 9. That's the other thing I gotta do someday. Casino. Conservatory. There's the freezer. I could also just hit up the freezer right now. Well, no, that wouldn't do me any good. It wouldn't get... I could still get a powered furnace. Oh, no, wait. Okay, hold on. There is... The other thing that I wanted to try out is, isn't it possible that combining the magnifying glass... Oh, I don't have the... What? I don't have... Sure I do. Don't I? I don't. Okay, I don't have the metal detector to do the, Man, come on. Well, if... I almost want to just take Maid's Chamber so I can spray it with repellent. One more red room that I don't really care to encounter ever. Well, nope, we'll roll one more time for the study, I hope. Study. Okay. So. Inkwell, I'll take that. No, that's not an item. These windows are open. One of those windows is open. Does the number of books tell me how to open the safe? No. Alright, so now that I have the study, the rest of the plan was go to the passageway, draft probably the weight room. Weight room or anything else that splits multiple ways and allows for... Oh, I should eat later if I'm just about to lift weights. No, this is it. I'll move the power. This is all for nothing, I hope you understand. Even though I got the study, I'm not going to get the boiler and the freezer. So, go ahead and silver key this. None of those are appropriate because they don't channel power. Same. I didn't remove... It's definitely still in here. I haven't picked it. What are you doing? Give me the weight room. There it is. Alright. This I can't open, I don't think, right? I don't have the... No. But we still have 2 exits. I have 2 keys for them. There is the furnace immediately. So... It is so unbearably hot in the house. See, doesn't this look even hotter? It looks even wavier, I think. If you ask me, it looks even hotter than usual. Things are tinged red. This is as hot as any human being has ever seen. I would like to please have the freezer. There it is. Does it work? Because if not, it's flamethrower for sure. If not, it's absolutely flamethrower for sure, and I should have tried it weeks ago. I should have tried it in the original NES version of Blueprints. Still stops at 17. It's the flamethrower. All my rage is yours. Alright, well, I mean, I guess also I get to carry over a bunch of stuff till tomorrow, and also I'm gonna go do the thing now, so that's good. At least we know. We know forever and ever that there is absolutely no way to get the temperature up above 17, even if you burn the house down. It's too bad that I even tried. Alright, so, go to boiler room first and adjust things. Adjust thing, because thing is coming hot out there, over there. How does one? like... There was only one way to know. That is activated. The red box's jimmies have been rustled. Oh, I can't go out to pick up the... But I want my food. I want the food that I ordered. That's not the right one. I don't think I need all 26 steps, but just in case. Ate the whole thing, except for the spinach, because that's gross. This also seems impossible to, like, notice or remember. To be like, there was a red box with a light on it. Really far away. Oh, and what room should I end in? What do we... I can make it back up to the study. Although now... Now it's like, now I'm not really... I'm really left without an idea of what to do next. I tried most of the things. I didn't get to flamethrower, but oh wait, do I even still have the same blessing? Is today the last day? Has it already run out? I think it was for 6 days. Today is the last day. The first time I went up and down this hallway, I didn't even see the side passage. Which makes this like an even... I mean, I guess you're gonna run up and down this hallway several times, of course, right? Hi! Okay, is this where I set the fire marbles? Oh, we're up above the whole... Oh. Okay, so there's a... I can't tell what over there. And I can't tell what over there either. Of course, yeah. When you're excited. Did I? Yeah, I've looked out over there before. This is not the same direction that Reddington is in, I guess. Okay, so This is going to be a very difficult... Okay. I've had a lot of difficulty trying to get this back to any configuration other than the one that I've been chilling in. Because... Okay, so maybe the deal now is that I actually do want this... I still can't... I can't cross the reservoir. But I could pull... Yeah, this is the play. I just have to be careful when I end the day. Be careful where... Well, even then, it might not matter. So now that that's pulled, I'm going to leave and come back in through... All turned around. Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna have to, like... If they're going to expect me to have already done something. Because this is gonna be a whole lot of setup. I don't know why I'm angry, but I am. So now we run back down here, in through this entrance. So here I could get to... I don't want that. I also wonder if this is somehow going to result in a situation where the only way to solve the puzzle is to set this up a certain way and then leave for the day. Okay, so I can lift that, but it's not... Oh wait, do those not even they kind of reach a little bit. But like... So suppose I instead come in from there. I can do that. This up, and I can now get over here. And then will I be able to... I see. No, maybe I don't see. Oh, yes. Yeah, this gets me here. I think the first time I was screwing around with that, I might not have known yet that that was not a dead end. I can then turn this 3 more. And however that lines up, is that the only way to do it? It kind of seems that way, because I would otherwise need to be over there. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. So hopefully this leads somewhere good. And then this seems like something where I could potentially set it up a certain way and then end the day. Which seems janky. It seems like... Oh no! This really... But there's no... Unless I'm... Okay, there might be another rotation mechanism around here somewhere, because for this to be over 1 more means that nothing would be connected to that. I would need a way to rotate this while I'm in this section. So either that has to exist, or this is end the day shenanigans. Oh, whoa, uh-oh. Don't crash. Don't crash the game. I was up on the railing. It seemed unintended. Severely. Okay. I know. Well, after I had that one glitch, like, I have spent my entire run being constantly afraid that my progress is going to be lost if the game crashes again. It really feels like there would have to be another switch, another way to rotate this, unless you are supposed to set it to a way that makes... Even that doesn't make sense. There's no way to get over here. While this is up, there's no way to get over here. Okay, is there anything in the middle here? Oh, this... Oh, duh. It's right here. Up on the railing bug is what made... Oh. Also, I ran past it. Man, I'm sitting here like... There's no way to even get over here unless there's a rotator on this side. Of course there is. Alright, what? Like, duh. Okay, that... There's some I can't imagine how you could get here and not already know that. This is so far removed from... I have no idea. Alright. The foreman's log. After 10 days of pumping water up from the underground spring, the reservoir has finally been filled. It's a shame that the old station had to be flooded as a consequence of this action, but I suspect that may have been the actual reason they chose to build the reservoir here, and as an engineer I agree that flooding is preferable to collapsing the entire tunnel. Is it more structurally sound if it's flooded with water? On the bright side, now that our water supply is no longer limited, we can start to leverage steam to a much greater extent. I suspect by this time next month, the steam-powered hoists at the main site will be able to run 24 hours a day. another puzzle box here. This one with yellow and black. We are trying to get them all black. Black are the trains. Yellow are the ones that go down. So go like this so that we can move this over so that these are both here. There we go. I am allowed. All right, now let's see the other thing. Yeah, this is so late into the game that I'm worried that I'm getting here before I've solved all 8 Sanctum puzzles. Like, this is going to be that much of an endgame thing. Okay, now, which way? That went to, so this is going to be 3 turns. I'm now less enthusiastic about what's down the other path. It's gonna be like, did you know that putting salt on food will give you an extra step? Beg pardon? What could this possibly be? There's a single letter, or number 8 here. Why is that? Oh, it's gonna be time, right? Time is sacred. Click, click. Come on, the answer to every riddle is time. What's over there? Oh, okay, so this is for another red letter plus a floor plan. What would give me a hint as to what this is if it's not time? And why is there an 8? Could it be a pun? Could it be red 8? Because there are 8 red envelopes. Could it have something to do with Orindia? If we count 8 small gates... Oh, what if it's Mary? What if Mary changed her name so that it no longer had an R in it? Come on. What if it's Simon? What if it's... It's wild that there's an 8 in there. 8 is in the... May 8th. Because it's a date? I don't know. One. Yeah, because this is the first one you might find. This is a totally new person. May 8th. Dear Baron Sinclair, to begin, my name is Worth Laud. My father used to work for your father, the Right Honorable Baron Thomas Sinclair, between the years of 1915 and 1918, the former having died last month, at the advanced old age of 89, may he sleep in soot and ash. He left behind his widow, 7 children, and 30-odd grandchildren. I write to you today, however, not to inform you of these family affairs of little consequence, but to tell you a little bit about my father. He lived his life towering above us, in solemn silence, like many members of his and your father's generation. He never spoke of the work he did in the mountains of Reddington, or the famous estate in which he was stationed. He never spoke of the Baron, not once. I tell you this only to relate that he never betrayed the confidence your father placed in him. The secrets he kept for your family he took with him underground. His elderly comrades and colleagues from his old mining outfit proved, however, to be not nearly as discreet and considered with their words. During the wake, fueled by a seemingly endless supply of spirits, these venerable gentlemen embarked on a journey down memory lane, recounting as much of the good old days as they could dredge up. While such reminiscences might typically be dismissed as the fanciful ramblings of age, the volume and specificity of their accounts lend a certain credence to their words. Now me, I am not a presumptive man. I don't presume these stories to be true. I don't presume your house is host to secrets of this magnitude. Yet I find myself irresistibly drawn to the idea of sharing these tales, true or not. They seem, after all, stories worthy of being heard. I wonder if my current abundance of idle time fuels this urge. Perhaps I have too much time on my hands. Perhaps if one were to engage me in some worthwhile and profitable enterprise, my eagerness to pass the time by telling stories would be curbed. I eagerly await a response from your lordship, Mr. Worth Laud. We're not blind to the irony of blackmailing you for a blackmail letter, and we're not proud to join the endless procession of those who have knocked on your mailbox looking for a handout, particularly so when our methods lack the refined sophistication and class that this author so effortlessly wields. So, who... I don't know. It is not clear. So, like, this would be a letter that... He doesn't say... It didn't say what the foreman's name was in any of these foreman things, but he's basically saying, hey, like, I want money, or I'm going to relay the stuff that was supposed to be kept secret. So did someone send him this and say, I am going to blackmail you that I will release this letter unless you pay me? I don't know. I don't have enough of the story behind, like, what's actually... Here we go. I knew what we were looking at as soon as we uncovered the first spire, but it wasn't until the first floor plan was unearthed that most of the crew realized what ruins we were exhuming. The border was the same pitch as the sunless cavern we found it in, a dark-trimmed floor plan of ill-fated Orindia. We had found an authentic black print. The sooner we sealed this site back up, the better for us all. I had said a while ago, like, oh, are we in the castle, the original castle that they mentioned in the first era? And it seems like this manor was built on the site of it. Treasure Trove. All right, so it's kind of not a great exit, but 5 money for each time you have drafted Treasure Trove. That will stack up in time. Okay. Now, to exit and claim one last room that I'm going to end the night. Oh, I've got time for another day. I sure do have time for another day. Alright, so how should I leave this up is the question. Probably not. No matter what I do, it's a pain to undo. Oh, that is the wrong way. Alright. Right. There's no way out other than... Because, yeah, I kind of liked it the way that we had it before, and I would like to keep the minecart pushed up just in case, I don't know, for some reason. So wait, I can just leave it just like that then. Yeah. No, let's put it back. Not like that. Like this. Really crazy. The only way you could possibly get that is to notice the red thing in the bottom of the pump room. And to have, like, burned into your mind. Like, there's no other way. There's no other way that you would ever... This game really expects a lot of you. Alright, so I could still open one more room, whatever it might be, but what would I rather do? Would I rather end in the study? Is that something... Or should I just go end in the Lost and Found again? No, I'll go... Do I have anything that's super... I could put the freezer outside so that... I don't know. Oh, I also have repellent I need to use. I'd like to say probably on the weight room, but it is also it's a 4-way room. It's not terrible. Now that I know the furnace does nothing, I could go spray the furnace away so I don't have that dead end. I guess, yeah. I mean, there's so many documents in the game that for someone to see that one document and not commit it to eternal memory seems reasonable. Oh no, this is... Where am I? I'm on the complete wrong side of the world. Alright, so the plan is to go up and spray the furnace and end in the study. Oh, I should also put this back. Yeah, checklist of like, for the number of times that I have like gone through... Oh, I can't go in there. Right. Okay. I also didn't mean to thaw the accounts. But whatever. It's worth it. Was it worth it? Maybe not. It did not occur to me that that going in there would thaw my accounts. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you made a list of clues and, like, crossed them off as you got to them. Like, but you're never, like, done with a clue. Yeah, I don't know. Mount Holly Inn. I didn't notice until, like, just recently, but this little picture, like, when you flip through your previous days, this picture changes to match what you did in the house that day. Alright, so I can now go get the study. Personal wiki. You practically have to, yeah. Like, the little notes that I've been taking were completely insufficient. I had to go and make a whole thing. Alright, so the last day might just be try to get the observatory, or the whatever it's called, astrologinum. Get that on rank 8 and solve its puzzle. Take a flamethrower to the freezer if I can, but I might not be able to. So... So the May 8th thing I didn't expect to work. So we've opened a time lock safe that opened with a date, I guess. We opened that May 8th gate. He's like, if you count gates as well as safes, then each of them unlocks with a date. What date would be associated with this room? Something to do with her? We've seen her picture in the attic. That's just about the only thing and in the bedroom. That's just about the only thing I know about her. I don't know her... Yeah, I don't know what her birthday was or anything like that. Alright, let's leave. Solve gallery. Solve star puzzle. On rank 8. Take a flamethrower to the freezer and then the whole house. And then the whole world. Those are my demands. I mean, my plans. Telescope? Not really. I mean, I could. Yeah, I could. Telescopes are good for you. I don't want 2 dead ends just yet. Well, it's safe because I have the study, right? It's safe because I have the study. Alright, right away it said +8. Does that mean... Okay, what normally gives you +8 for walking in? Not the master bedroom. That gives you equal to the number of rooms you have. Nursery doesn't... Okay, hang on. There's one... Okay. The nursery gives you that bonus for... Yeah, right? What was my prize? It even... I think it even had a nursery icon when I got the steps. So is it just pay attention to what you get on the way in and see if... or, I don't know. Because I guess normally the nursery doesn't, if I'm not mistaken, does not... Man, this would be a risk. No, don't do anything risky. And that gave me the nursery bonus. Okay. So it wasn't a guess so much as I knew the answer. Because I figured it out. Courtyard will have an item. Trust me. You were right to trust me. I like walk-in closets. Early lockpick. Good. I should have sprayed the lavatory. This box contains gems. This box is not empty. All statements that contain the word gems are false. Well, that's both of them. This can't be true because it's describing itself. So it is false. And because it's false, this must be true because it has the word gems in it. Otherwise, if that was also false, then that would make this true, which is not allowed. Is there anything I can do with this? With you? That's a bug, right? I didn't mean to upset you, game. Right, shouldn't I? Should I bring a flamethrower? I'm gonna bring a flamethrower. Now that I'm looking around rooms. Turns out that was the secret to beating the game the whole time. Just, you know, have your eyes open. Alright, do I need the... I mean, I'll take it anyway. Oh, there's gonna be chests in there, but I can't open them yet. I don't want to spend keys. I do want the observatory. And it's facing the right way, too. Five gems. Apples, pizza, flowers. Telescope for more of the same. Alright, we are sickeningly gemmed out. Let's see. We'll have the... Oh, yeah, I'll go back down to the pool. And go out this way. It would actually be nice to get the... I know I set it to rare, but it would be nice to get it so that I can get a sledgehammer. But it's not that important. Oh, what's going to be in there? Freaking more gems and money? Don't need them. Spirited hide conversation going on, which I am not privy to. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. Probably be opening locked trunks, but there we go. I hadn't really like, you could also, if you really wanted to, you could take the archives on purpose and then trigger the experiment tons of times. There's the lab, which I don't need now. Three items, nice, but obviously I don't want to sacrifice these bottom three rooms. Do I sacrifice the bottom one room? I guess so. Workshop will come up again. Usually I would like to... You know what? Sure. I usually don't take the storeroom. I'll take it this time. Because there'll be opportunities to take Breakfast Nook some other time. Okay, I think we're gonna library and read our final book, and I just bought the magnifying glass. The Curse of Blackbridge. And we know some little bit about this because it was mentioned in when they named the Blackbridge the network. They said, ooh, I hope it doesn't turn out like the real Blackbridge. Also, he wrote his Orinda Ares postcard from the Blackbridge Inn. Forward. The legend of Blackbridge is one that's well known to the people of the Grand Realm, for versions of this tale have been passed down from generation to generation. With each new telling, the story has changed, becoming over the years more colorful, more verbose, and as one might expect, increasingly horrifying. Oh, we're a little late for me to read this for Halloween. Damn shame. However, with so many renditions and unique personal touches, the task of confining and binding this tale to text seemed an ambitious and impossible challenge. Over the course of my research, I have heard dozens of variations of the legend, and while the details would often change, I was surprised how much of the story's heart remained the same. Yet the more I listened, the clearer it became that there could never be a definitive version of this tale capable of capturing all the wonder and myth of Blackbridge. In the end, I chose to write down what felt most authentic, the story my grandmother told me as a boy long ago. Part 1. The Berry Picker from Oris. Many years ago, before peace had become a familiar word, there lived a group of rogues so wayward that the locals deemed it appropriate to call their number the Unholy Hounds. They were feral outlaws composed of society's worst at a time when society was at its worst. And for each crime that fearful travelers credited to the group, a dozen more lay unclaimed, each worse than the last. For the gentry, however, who often value their coffers more than their companions, no crime could measure more wicked than the group's primary enterprise, high-road robbery. One such member of this so-called band of rogues was a boy of 13 years, Jesper, who had not been lucky in life, having lost 2 brothers to war and parents to famine. In the years of hunger that followed, Jesper lived in a gutter behind a churchyard, relying on the nourishment of scurrying bugs and weeds harvested from the cracks of the alleyway to sustain his pitiful existence. It is not surprising that a child aiming to escape such hardships would take any easy road out. An easy and well-traveled road, paved with temptations, leading out of the city and into the gentry lands where loose purse strings entwine with the strands of salvation and glisten equally with the hope of opportunity. Did your grandmother really say all that? With a straight face? I don't believe that. It was this road that eventually led Jesper to the end of his youth, a hidden cave at the bottom of Blackbridge Canyon. It was here that he met his surrogate family and saviors, that notorious gang of godless outlaws known as the Unholy Hounds. Despite the hardened circumstances that had led him to this vocation of banditry, Jesper was surprisingly tender-hearted and was often teased by the group for being too kind for such an ignoble life. For this reason, Jesper was assigned the innocent role of berry picker. It was not just innocence that set berry picking apart from the gang's more wicked undertakings, for it was the only duty performed without the safety of night's concealment. Jesper, no stranger to solitude, did not protest that he alone worked while the others slept soundly, tucked away in the cave at the bottom of Blackbridge Canyon. Oh, they slept during the day. I get it. I'm like, wait, you said he didn't do it at night. On one such occasion, Jesper decided to get an early start. He left the cave, berry basket in hand, and set out into the woods before the morning sun had even brushed against the tallest treetops. It was colder in the mornings, but the headway that dawn afforded meant Jesper could reach the furthermost berry patches without worry of his being chastised for tarrying upon his return. It took over 3 hours on foot to reach his destination, and along the way Jesper had passed by many a familiar bush, all priorly pillaged and so bereft of berries that one would have to spend dedicate several moments in earnest examination before finding a single one. Jesper was patient, but even patience has its limits. He was confident that even accounting for the time lost to this long stretch of travel, his efforts would be well worth the pains. Surveying the patches in this new grove surprised even Jesper. The red dots suspended among the leaves seemed as numerous as stars in the skies. Upon seeing such a bounteous sight, he clutched his berry basket tightly and nearly toppled over out of joy. Once he had regained his senses, Jesper quickly made a decision. He would not reveal the location of this newfound treasure. Instead, he would earn the respect of his confederates who, upon seeing his yield, might attribute the success to hard work. Smiling at his plan, Jesper set off to fill his basket and was making steady strides in this task when the sound of thundering hooves interrupted him. A carriage is approaching. The thought of it made Jesper's accounts freeze. Had he been so enchanted by his discovery that he had neglected to observe his surroundings? How could a roadway be so close? He ducked down and crept toward the impending sound, hiding behind one of the larger bushes nearby. It was only a moment more before the sound's source revealed itself. Within 50 paces of where Jesper hid, an elegant carriage with gold trim came soaring around a corner of trees, led by two beautiful white horses, and conveyed by a stern-looking driver seated atop the vehicle, flaunting the most sophisticated regalia Jesper had ever seen. It was not just any carriage, it was a royal carriage. Even without having ever witnessed such a sight before, Jesper was certain. The sight had so transfixed Jesper that he stood awestruck, unable to tear away as the carriage approached. The little concealment the bush provided was soon proven unequal to the driver's lofty perch, and upon spotting the boy, he pulled the reins with such effort that the noble steed slid to a sudden halt with precise control. "You, boy, get out from behind that bush," he shouted with a rigidity that betrayed a modest amount of fear. "You startled me half to death coming round the bend of my own drive and me seeing such an unfamiliar face in a place where there ought not be any face." Jesper quickly contemplated running. The man was much older, and his dress was suitable for courtly behavior, not dashing through the bramble and mud. I was picking berries." Jesper raised the half-filled basket up to allow the driver to see the proof of his words. The demeanor of the man suddenly changed. It was a change that Jesper was familiar with. He had many times seen the stern expressions on the most fiendish bandits melt away when presented with a berry basket. Okay. Any suspicions that the driver might have had instantly evaporated, for even the notion of a member of the Unholy Hounds picking berries seemed farcical. The softened expression even made allowances for a smile. "Berries, eh? Say, you couldn't have picked a better spot for them, could you? I used to pick berries here as a boy." Jesper took his cue to finally step forward out from behind the bush, proudly brandishing his basket. "I know, and what luck I found them. I have only just begun picking, and look how many I have. It would have taken me fourfold the time back home to procure this number." The driver bent down for a closer look. "And where is your home, boy? It must be quite far." Jesper replied with a scripted response. "A little south of Tanner Fork, just past the burnt woods." "My God, that is far. You couldn't have come that way only this morning?" It was true. Tanner Fork was in the exact opposite direction that Jesper had traveled, and while that response would seem perfectly reasonable in a location closer to Blackbridge Canyon, he could see why it might seem less believable here. "Sir, I have traveled much farther for much less profit. I dare say there is no distance yet made by man that would not be worth undertaking for a prize such as these. Surely you have tasted them for yourself?" Jesper seemed happier with this response, as it seemed to amplify the man's smile. "In my youth, often, but perhaps I took it for granted because I never had to travel very far, and even then my father would always drive us here in our carriage, so I'm ashamed I never had to walk such a stretch to earn an equal reward." It was Jesper's time to smile. "Then let my efforts reward us both today." He raised the basket even higher. "A taste in memory of your youth, sir." The driver chuckled and removed one glove, bending over the seat to reach down to the basket. And at the moment his fingers touched the first berry, the dagger in turn met his throat, cutting through a superficial layer of skin and drawing blood. Jesper caught the man's startled eyes and for that taste I will have your purse, sir, in memory of my youth." The driver's arm had gone stiff, his chin raised and trembling, more frightened than he had ever been before. Whether unable or incapable of speaking, he did not respond to the boy. Perhaps he did not think his jaw could afford to be engaged at this particular time. Jesper let the basket drop, freeing his other hand to probe the man's pockets. "Do not mistake me, sir. I will not kill you if you give me no cause, though I will admit the thought of taking your carriage and leaving you the indignity of walking appeals to me." Unable to find a purse in the man's coat, Jesper pivoted to search the seat underneath him. "Why have you no purse upon your person?" The driver slowly raised his hand cautiously, pointing toward the carriage door behind him. Jesper lowered the knife's edge a small degree to allow the man to speak, which he did in turn softly. "There's a lockbox in the carriage." "Well, come down then and grant me the courtesy of sparing your life and binding your hands. A concession I assure you of my tender heart, for it would be much easier to slit your throat." The man started to comply, slowly lowering himself down from the driver's seat of the carriage. Once down, Jesper guided him away from the carriage to a nearby tree, where he instructed him to get on his knees and put his hands behind his back. "This is long." Excusing his inexperience, the man indulged Jesper while he figured out how to adequately bind him. The smile and kindness Jesper had seen on this man's face, now nothing more than a distant memory, in their place cold, dark eyes displaying no emotion. "I wonder, should I grant you the same clemency you are showing me?" Jesper stopped, surprised by the question, but ignored it. Secured the final bindings, and then hastily returned to the carriage. With one hand on the door's handle, he turned back to the man. "If there is no lockbox, there will be no clemency." Inside, the carriage was surprisingly dusty and unswept, a stark contrast to the elegant and polished golden facade of the exterior. It had apparently been many years since a passenger had enjoyed passage in this vehicle. This all but confirmed what Jesper had suspected. The driver of this carriage was not a liveried servant in the employ of some greater master. Any curiosity that this observation might have... This is hard to read. Any curiosity that this observation might have further produced was quickly abandoned upon seeing what rested under the carriage's back seat, a large wooden lockbox. Despite its hefty appearance, the box was surprisingly easy to handle. Within a few minutes, Jesper had dislodged it from its hold and carried it out into the sunlight. Inspecting the box carefully, two observations were made. Totemic symbols were carved on all four sides of the box. Totemic symbols found carved on all four sides of the box hinted that the box was very old and likely not created by Orindian hands. It reminded him of artifacts from the old world, and it was presumably crafted in one of the ancient realms. Nothing familiar. Secondly, the box was secured by a rusted yet robust padlock and would not open easily without a key. Jesper looked over to see the driver quietly observing from his indentured position. "Do you perhaps have a key you can provide me to open this box?" Without emotion, the driver replied, "There is no key to that box." Jesper stood up. Easily enough, then. He headed over to a nearby rock of sizable dimensions and lifted the stone up, carrying it back to the box. If there was ever a time when that lock had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. With one hit, the stone had completely shattered the rusted lock. He bent back down and opened the lid. Inside was an effigy, a crude figure chiseled from stone. Without too much deliberation, Jesper bent down and picked it up, somewhat surprised how heavy it seemed, given how light the box had felt. Having expected to find something more akin to gold or gems, he looked questioningly to the man, hoping to find an explanation. The driver's smile had once again returned. "You are cursed, boy, for deadly is that stone. You have opened that which should never have been opened, and you are cursed." Jesper carried the effigy over to the man and shoved it in front of his face. "What is it?" "That's one." Feeling his disappointment rising to anger now, Jesper tightened his grip on the effigy. "One what, you mumbling agentor? And in God's name, why have you no purse upon your person?" The man did not seem intimidated. "One pace." He paused for effect. 12 more, and you will be dead." He only had a second to flinch before the effigy struck him in the head and put an end to his cryptic ramblings. If there was ever a man when the old man had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. Jesper looked down at the sculpted stone figure, now splattered red. Was it cursed? Was he cursed? He had, of course, heard stories of curses, and had never doubted their validity in the past, but now that he was standing face to face with the possibility of being cursed, his mind pleaded with him to be skeptical. And what if he was cursed? What difference would the knowledge make? A dozen more paces would not be enough to find another living soul, to say nothing of the chances of procuring a remedy. If he did not move from where he now stood, he could live maybe another 3 or 4 days, maybe more given the abundance of nearby berries, a plan that, if we ignore its obvious faults, might provide additional opportunities for help to come along, but what good would that do? To be discovered here, beside a body, stolen goods in hand, bloated from berries, and raving about a curse that could very well not be real. No, it would most certainly be better to face one's fate now, take a dozen paces, and see if life goes on. But Jesper found his legs unable to make that first step. His mind was unable to convince his limb to waste away 1/12 of his life in a single motion. Feeling the desperation sink in, he hopelessly looked about him for a solution. And if, by some stroke of luck, the gods had heard his plea... Oh, and as if... Wait. And if... And... I don't think there's supposed to be an if there. I think it's... He hopelessly looked about him for a solution. And, by some stroke of luck, the gods had heard his... No. If? Oh, like, and as if by some stroke of luck, the gods had heard his plea. I see. The miracle materialized before him as if he found himself suddenly at the end of a fairy tale. 2 white horses and a carriage of golden trim were beside him. The answer to his immediate prayers. He laughed at his fortune and calculated the short number of paces back to the road. 4, perhaps only 3 if he jumped. He made a quick survey to see if there was anything he wished to grab before taking the plunge. He thought about removing the driver's fancy coat, as that appeared to be of some value, but the additional risk of undertaking such a task was too great to chance. And so, after a profound breath, he took his 2nd, 3rd, and 4th steps, though they were quite large. Seated now behind the horses, he reached for the reins, and suddenly realized that he was still gripping the effigy. If the curse was real, then it would most certainly be better left here. If, on the other hand, the story was fictitious, there might be some appraisal that could be made of the figure. It was, after all, found within a lockbox, whose typical function oft secures objects of value. Having witnessed firsthand the horrors of destitution, Jesper found his mind equally reluctant to allow his hand to let go. If it is cursed, I die. If not today, then tomorrow. And if I die, what care have I? And with that statement said aloud, to the horses seemingly, Jesper took up the reins with confidence. Part 2, Below the Black Bridge. Miller awoke to some light nudging from a familiar foot. Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in... Wait, Miller? Do we know a Miller? Maybe? Wait. No, maybe I was thinking of Caleb Manning. Yeah, we don't know a Miller. Or I don't know a Miller. Maybe you guys do. Oops. Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in such ill-mannered fashion. Shaking the sleep from her eyes, she glared up at him in the darkness, but did not say a word. He nudged her again, teasingly, then stepped back into the dim. After taking a moment for her eyes to adjust to the darkness of the cave, Miller remembered she was on 3rd watch today. Quietly collecting her things and wits, Miller turned as she left, waving to her young friend, who was more likely already asleep. She crept through the cavern's main passage, careful to not wake the sleeping bandits around her. Like a hero in a book, she often mused. Quietly, she grabbed a bow from the haphazardly formed pile of weapons, shaking the accompanying quiver in the darkness to assess how many arrows it held. She then walked through the sun-drenched mouth of the cavern, ready to start her shift. Above her, in one of the few trees found in the canyon, Miller could see that Ravia was already posted. She waved, and Ravia waved back. Calling out to each other was strictly forbidden. Anything louder than a gesture in the canyon was forbidden. When Hey, Faded. Yeah, I'm only just now getting to reading it, and it's very long. But that's cool. When Miller reached the tree, Ravia lowered a braided rope and pointed to the ground behind her. Miller turned, following the finger, and saw a pail of water resting beside a nearby log. She turned back to Ravia, nodded, and secured the pail to the rope. You made a lot of progress? I've made a lot of progress, too. I guess we can't share with each other how much progress we have made, but I've made a lot. I'll leave it at that. The other thing is, man, there are so many things that I am finding out really late that apparently other people could and have figured out in their first hour of playing the game. And so it's for that reason that I still can't go and watch anyone until I'm sure that I'm done. Because even right in this, who was it? I forget if it was Tommy or Red Sail. Somebody they're like, oh yeah, the first time I stepped into that room, I figured that out. It's like, God, and I just now did on day 52, 53 now. I have not seen another game that is that open-ended. Like, I suppose Outer Wilds kind of works that way. Whew. Yes, and you guys have hide chat if you want to ask. Oh, are we? Okay. She turned back to Ravia, nodded, and secured the pail to the rope. The pail went up first, and in turn, Miller followed. Ravia reached across to grab the water. Miller leaned back to give her space. There was not much room for maneuvering in this tree post, a necessary concession for the concealment the outpost demanded. Ravia tilted the pail up to her mouth dramatically, illustrating how thirsty she had been. Miller laughed silently as water poured out, splashing onto Ravia's face. It was a bit too daring and noisy of a joke, and had the others been around, they would have certainly been scolded for the unwarranted sound. But Miller appreciated the efforts Ravia took to verbalize the silence of the morning. They had been on third watch together for over a month, and during that speechless time their friendship had grown into something special. Affection was unsurprisingly scarce among the unholy hounds. She had felt camaraderie before, of course, but intimacy never. From their elevated vantage, the girls could see both the concealed entrance of the cavern as well as a clear view of the bridge that spanned across the canyon. Blackbridge was the link between the Gentry lands and the northern mountains, the overpass that connected Orris and Reddington. To the city-faring travelers of the realm, the bridge was an unavoidable crossing. In the day, the task was to ensure that travelers passed by without stopping. At night, the task was to ensure that they do. Oh, the people watch. Okay. Like most of her band, Miller preferred the night. The biting glare of the sun might be tolerable to farmhands and bricklayers, but to a cavern-housed bandit it was a source of constant annoyance. In the day, there was no shroud to conceal her expressions, nor to hide her thoughts. She felt exposed. Ravia touched her elbow and pointed up. Miller, striving to suppress a budding smile, suddenly shook her head in response. There were many signs that the unholy hounds used in lieu of words, but the two of them had developed an extended vocabulary, gestures quietly forged in the shared solitude of their month among the branches. She watched as Ravia shifted, placing her palms flat on the floorboards beneath them. Miller knew what she was trying to say, but shook her head a second time. It was often more fun to pretend not to understand. Ravia rolled her eyes and turned away, looking back into the canyon. Squinting through the leaves, the two girls held still, watching and listening. It was not long until Miller, too, heard the sounds of approach. Ravia held up two bent fingers, and a few moments later, two men emerged from the bridge's southern end. They were dressed in a familiar uniform, long gray coats with black facings, white waistcoats, and black tricorn hats. They belonged to the local patrol, the Blackguard. Although not an everyday occurrence, their presence at Blackbridge wasn't an unusual sight. It typically indicated an important traveler's impending passage across the bridge, information that the girls would promptly relay to their leaders as soon as the coast was clear. But this report, while exciting, was rarely acted upon. In Miller's 5 years in the Unholy Hounds, she had never once seen a carriage taken in open daylight when the blackguard was nearby. The men had nearly reached the bridge's north end when Miller heard the horses, faintly at first, but growing louder with each passing moment. Ravia's eyes met Miller's. The same concern mirrored in each other's expression. This did not sound like the typical carriage, cautiously approaching the bridge to cross. Instead of the familiar crunch of the high road's gravel, they heard the harsh clattering of hoofbeats against stone. Both girls quickly redirected their attention downwards. Looking through the foliage, the sounds were not coming from the high road, but from the canyon itself. The horses were coming from below the bridge. In an instant, Miller had knocked an arrow and drawn her bow. Go! Ravia was gone before the whisper had even left Miller's mouth. The young scout was already sliding down the bank below, racing toward the cave. There was no road that ran below the canyon. There was no reason for numerous horses to be approaching their cave. There was only one reasonable conclusion, and both girls had reached it instantly. The base had been compromised. This was a blackguard attack. The moment the horses came into view, Miller let loose her first arrow. She was surprised to see a carriage. She had expected cavalry. Before she even finished processing that thought, her second arrow was in the air. Without a trail, it would be unthinkable for a carriage to traverse such rough terrain. Yet she watched as the wheels jolted over the rocky riverbed. A third arrow was now in flight, and there would be no need for a fourth. The driver slumped over just moments before the vehicle dipped into a small ditch, slamming into an embankment. The force of this sudden halt immediately shattered the front two wheels and catapulted the driver from his seat. Utterly confused now, Miller quickly glanced over her shoulder to see if any horses were also approaching from the rear. Down in the canyon, the entire horde of the Unholy Hounds came spilling forth from the earth as if hell itself had suddenly sprung open. The group seemed even more bewildered than Miller, half asleep and tripping over one another in a desperate attempt to engage an unseen enemy in combat. Miller could see Ravia among their number, the only one looking up at her. Her expression was chilling. There would be no need for a silent gesture to convey what they both now realized. They had made a mistake. The gang's chieftain, Geoffrey Heartslasher, led the others, cautiously approaching the crashed carriage like a suspicious fox would near a baited trap. There were no words exchanged as the group crept forward in customary silence. A dozen or so paces in front of the wreckage lay the far-flung driver, an arrow protruding from his broken body, and beside him a blood-stained effigy carved from stone. Miller was inconsolable. Jesper had always been her favorite. He had always shadowed her in the night, clinging to the hems of her every move, the way a child tails behind an older sibling. Tender-hearted, she had always called him, though deep down she had known that wasn't quite true. His appearance of gentleness concealed a raw, resilient durability that emerged in the most perilous of situations. He had been a flower among the nettles of this cave, but he still had thorns, honed by a grim past and 100 hands of misfortune. They buried him in the darkness, in the back of one of the larger cavern rooms. He was interred with a berry basket and a silk handkerchief he had treasured. The mysterious effigy they had found beside him served as a distinguished gravestone, a marker that stood out as somewhat special among the rows of similar swords marking neighboring plots. No one spoke, not even in whispers. There was nothing to say. We do see... okay. Swords, yes. I don't think I've seen this. Wouldn't that be spooky if I found it now? Oh no, when I put down the book and turn around, it's going to be there. Miller awoke the next day to a thunderous shaking and rattling of the earth, a far cry from the playful nudging of the previous day. She strained to adjust her eyes, but the choking sting of stirred-up dust caused her to flinch. Panic was also in the air. The sound of scurried footsteps and clattering feet filled the space around her, but even in alarm, the silence was louder. What was it that sounded so strange? Miller closed her eyes tight and used her feet to guide her along the passage. The whispers around her were getting louder, and intense voices could be heard ahead. Louder speech than she had ever heard spoken in the canyon. A growing dread grew as Miller approached the mouth of the cave, her eyes now open wide despite the dust. Shouldn't it be day? Miller felt a hand in the darkness pulling at her. It was Ravia. The two embraced, and Miller did not need to see her to understand. Ravia placed 2 bent fingers against Miller's cheek, and with that touch against her face, Miller felt the same sinking feeling from the previous day. 2 bent fingers confirmed what Miller had suspected. The girls had forgotten to relay one critical piece of information to the others. An hour or so later, the screams began. Blood-curdling cries of hopeless desperation. Captain Fodrick Lee of the Blackguard looked down from the ridge of the canyon to the collapsed entrance of the cave. Ah, he grinned. Now they speak. Okay, so that was the whole story then. Nothing... Captain Fodrick Lee. Captain Fodrick Lee. Wasn't there a Lee in the... There definitely was. Not that that helps or means anything, but one of the suspects on the suspect list in A New Clue had the last name Lee. Okay, well, don't know if I get the moral of the story. Don't rob people, I guess. Could I pull up the map? There's the map. The bum. Gaze upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. Alright, so that was the last book. That was the only remaining book. Sometimes it seems like a little bit of a waste to throw the... Right? I mean... Because I could just take this. I could also redraw. How many... Yeah, let's take the... Even though I only have one, what do you call it? What do you call it? Compass, cool. And it is, we were reading for so long that it is now past 2 o'clock. Alright, so having done that, I will zip back over to the Foundation, which is my only exit. But we have plenty of resources for re-rolling. Plus, do I have a sledgehammer now? I do. It would have been pretty fun if, after you read that story, the next chest that you open has, like, a cursed doll in it. Oh, I might as well. Yeah. Alright. So this has to be something good. Wow, I was hoping for something better than that. Alright, so this next one will now have to be something good. Look, it's my many trophies. Anything else in here? beginning to get worried about keys. Garage would be a nice find. There's the garage. Do I want it right now? After I just called it. And it's like, well, now I'd rather get these 2 more squares, I think. Alright, so I could like, if I wanted the lady thing. I could more or less guarantee it. But do I don't have anything to do there. Is it a good idea? Yeah, ladyship's chamber. Kind of want to. Shock. I mean, I kind of want it because it always gives you an item. There it is. Gave me a key in this case. I was hoping for better because it seems like you can get rare items in here. Alright, and I got a bunch of steps for my trouble. Which steps are not what I'm going to be short on. Let's take another crack at getting the garage. Ooh, or the tunnel. Can I get the tunnel? I will. I usually don't take the food as soon as I see it because that way if I grab the weight room, I can very easily like I'll lose fewer steps if I eat after I lift weights. Oh, this drafting studio will give me the last draft thing that I don't have. So I will take that, which is classroom. Sure. Although, even though I say that, I think... Did I spray... I don't remember what I sprayed. This has got to be... Oh, wait. Could I... See, I'm sure that at some point I said, try using the magnifying glass on the paper safe. And I thought that I came up to it once with the magnifying glass and this didn't work. It didn't do anything. But I don't know the code for this safe. Is this how I find it out? Or is this just, hey, if I knew what it was, then I could open this tiny paper safe too. Game. Oh, this is useful info. Out in thing. In out thing. Do I have anything else to do in here? Anything to grab? No. I think I'll take this because I imagine whatever it's called is rare. I'll take that. What is it called? I haven't been in it yet, so it's I forgot the name. The Astrologium or whatever. Oh man. This would also, wait, is this my only? No, I have security. Alright, so this would be 2. No, I'll take this so I can re-roll some things. It might be the Planetarium. I actually don't remember the name. Alright, so here I could, like... There we go. And this will be on rank 8, which is what I wanted. So this is my first time stepping into the Planetarium. And I have a telescope, which I could use. Star schedule. New At 50 stars, there's a new constellation? So what am I at? 41. Huh. So if I do use the where did it go? Telescope. Fenmora, the Red Stone. Starting tomorrow, each planetarium will contain 1 apple. But is that also what I get for doing some... Like, surely you don't need the telescope in order to get... Can't I just interact with? Confusing. And I was promised that there would be a puzzle in room 8. A circular theater featuring a dome-shaped projection screen upon which scenes of stars and galaxies allow viewers to experience the splendor of the heavens. So this is just the thing that's projecting them. But I had a telescope and used it to look at a planet and got a benefit for it. But where's the puzzle? I use my sledgehammer. I didn't even know that there were moons. I thought... Is that a moon with rings, or are these different planets? I guess they're different planets. How can there be an achievement for solving you if you don't... End of sentence. Alright, fine. Well, then I'll accomplish my other goals. See how you like that. Oh, this is final key. Okay, doves. Definitely taking the music room. But which way would I like it? Up, clearly. you running out of keys again? Oh, nice. Okay, I want the gallery, but I need keys. I need to break something because of the planetarium. But yeah, the achievement list that you find out in the whatever it's called says there's an achievement for solving the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. And that was room 8, and it was the last room that I hadn't been in. But there must still be more rooms because I was... What's the thing? There's also an achievement for completely filling out the, like, you basically see every room, and I don't have that. Alright, we can go conference room now. And this is my only exit, which is a thing that I don't like. So let's do something about that. Cloister is a good thing. Restock some of my gems as well. Restock some of my nails as well. Alright. Might as well find time to Secret Garden. Oh, not locked. Alright. What then? I also forgot. What are my goals again? I do want to grab the gallery, because I think I have the answers to that. I want to, I guess, draft the new thing that I just got, the new black print that I just got, so that to see it and to start stacking it up. So I guess all I really want is to have a bunch of gems so that I can continue doing rerolls. There is also a coat check with nothing in it, so I'll go armory and see what comes up. Don't need that. Oh, there was also something I was gonna go set a fireplace on fire. For sure. Also the freezer. Don't think for a moment that I've forgotten about you, freezer. No! Live, mouse. I believe in you. Here we go. New thing. Oh, and there's a thing. Oh, wait. So this can't be smashed? That's interesting. Let me look at everything else first. Is there anything upon which I might bring my might to bear? There's a... Okay. definitely up for smashing and fight this guy. Fight him, fight anything, accomplish anything. Very well. The green memos you find in this room will always be true, but it is self-descriptive, so that means nothing. This could be false. Alright, so every time I come in here, I'm going to have to use a key. And learn a thing. I'm gonna go in from the other way, because if I get a bedroom, then I get a bonus of some kind. Extra item. If there is a bedroom, I'll take it. Yeah, I was waiting till I actually found it, so I could, like, show off. So that I could explain with the benefit of having the pictures on screen. Alright, so we got the security card, which is nice, so that I don't run into a security door, because I might right now. This is the only way. Great Hall. Yeah. I think, well, I'll go up first. Oh, plus I pick everything. Both of the, yeah, nice. Showroom, but I won't be able to buy very much. So should I start re-rolling here? I'll do a little bit of re-rolling here. Yeah. Casino, I could gamble a bunch. There's the classroom. That would give me a bunch of rerolls. Breakfast Nook's actually for an extra key is probably the way to go. My word. So many steps. Unreasonable number of steps. I think I secret garden off of here. Oh, I can't. Not locked. Oh, was there something I wanted to do in the master bed? No, I don't think so. No. Oh, up from the corner towards the antechamber is the last place that I can possibly get the gallery. So let's make sure that I go up and save most of my gems and rerolls for that. Conservatory's fine. No dogs? Did I not get the kennel? I guess not. Okay. Terrace. It's a dead end, but it's very nice to draft first, but standard seems... I'll leave it at standard. I mean, I usually want this pretty late, right? I mean, by the time I don't want it to be so late that I already have locked myself out of progress, but... what a waste. And this, I don't want... I almost feel... Yeah, this... Hold on. Put this at rare. Put this all the way at rare. Because it doesn't give you a useful number of gems until pretty late. And by pretty late, I probably don't want gems. I'd rather have other stuff. I'm going to bring this down to standard. Because actually, even if this is a dead end that gives you, like, 3 keys, that makes it equal to the garage, right? I think that's alright. It's also a bedroom, which counts towards bedroom things. Alright, so I'm going to try like crazy to get either the freezer, I guess, since I do have a flamethrower, or the other thing. Oh, I can also get it there. Other thing being gallery. So, there is the freezer. Will it work? Because I'm realizing now, like, it's not going to be even partially thawed because I got rid of it. Oh. I'm afraid now. Freezer, why do you put the chill of the fear of death in me? I try it. What happens? Oh my god, you can just flamethrow them. A new stamp, which has no names or anything. Oh, it's the cornucopia. But that should be orange. I don't know what the deal is with this. Thaw, only in the event of my death. Simon, I had wished for you to read this letter upon first arriving at Mount Holly, but I couldn't risk the contents of these pages falling into unsympathetic hands. My personal freezer should prove quite the safe box, as all the staff have for many years respected my wishes that it remain shut and untampered. My favorite snacks were also stored here. But in addition to these delicious treats, it has also for the last 20 years stored many a cryptic message and ciphered note. This nondescript cooler is, in fact, a dubious frozen postbox of chilled secrets. Have you heard of the Children of Blackwater? Obviously, I've been playing this game since, like, the beginning of October. Yes, I've heard of the Children of Blackwater. I have no idea how forthcoming your father has been about the details surrounding your mother's final chapter, or the role he thinks I played in that end. I have always denied involvement. To him, to the detectives, to the Crown. And now to you as well. But can I honestly say I had nothing to do with her disappearance? And yes, I speak of disappearance, not death. Longer than that. I've been trying to get this letter for a really long time. I think it's been more than 3 or 4 streams. I think it's been ages. I speak of disappearance, not death. For I, too, cling to the hope that our fears are unfounded, and have occasionally, from time to time, caught fragments of information that bolster this belief. Fragments of information that have cost me plenty, for our country is never short of opportunists and blackmailers. Still, as I am now dead, I don't want this knowledge to be buried with me, even if that means passing the burden of these fragments onto you, even if that information may weigh even heavier on your head than the Crown involved. Which has written at the bottom... No. Unfortunately, there's a lot of there's a lot of pages to this. Unfortunately, this information is a little too precious to entrust entirely to this freezer, as I'm not too confident that the sanctity of my snacks will extend beyond my life. I've always found it best to use multiple baskets when it comes to incriminating eggs, a lesson that I recently learned again when a member of my staff betrayed my confidence. I have placed 8 red envelopes in 8 even more secure locations throughout the estate and left a hidden message for you among the art. Oh. The art that hangs in almost every room of this house. This message is the key to unlocking these secrets, but you must be open in your interpretation as the message itself harbors multiple double meanings and hidden entendres. Yeah, I don't know what... I still... One final word of guidance. The safe combinations you are seeking will not be found in writing on the estate. So, I hope you haven't been wasting too much time jotting down random invoice numbers and dates. Right here, buddy. Fucking guy. This fucking guy. Only by deciphering the many meanings of the 44-character message can you hope to unlock its many mysteries. To each their own letters, Herbert S. Sinclair. Yeah, if we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. And this is not a snack. You cannot eat it. Can I also? I can. Well, I won't be able to take them with me. I'll take that one. Man, that's crazy. I can't believe I never came in here with a flamethrower. You can't even do... That's silly. Page and a half of dates written down. I mean, I have a lot of stuff written down as well. I've already looked over this. So, last shot over here, trying for the gallery. There's a tunnel, but I wouldn't be able to continue it on. Oh, I just realized. Does it cost a gem? It's what I deserve. Should I go in the workshop and craft something? Because I'm going to get to put something in the coat check. Do I have... I don't have a a timeline with every date that you could find in the game. Oh, I can't even use my gems for re-rolling. This is the end. Well, I guess I'm going to check in the telescope. Wait, what is in here? Oh, the battery. So I could make this... Do I want a super sledge for anything? What are some of the things that I can make? Are they better than a telescope? Probably not. Right. Burn glass. There's the jackhammer. Jackhammer is pretty decent. Shovel, battery, and broken lever. Go dump that instead of the telescope. But I know that I'm going to want the telescope for the planetarium. I can't make up my mind. Oh, well, next I'm going to have a bunch of gems and money for next time. Does that change my opinion of what I want? No, I guess I am just going to store the telescope. And then I'll end in the planetarium. Down there, boudoir to, nope, this way. Coat check. How am I so bad at this? Billions of steps left, though, for somebody who didn't eat the food. Okay, it was out of the parlor. Have I tried like? Can I set your dresser on fire? I have a flamethrower. Can I burn everything down? Can I burn this stupid shirt that I spent 10 gold on? Ooh, actually, there was also... Ooh, which room had a fireplace? There was an unlit fireplace somewhere that I'm now remembering. That I was like, hey, I bet you can engulf many things in flame. Alright, I'm gonna go look for it. Where do I think it was? Oh, it was in the drawing room. Right. Yeah, after this will be, it's almost 11. So this will be the end. See, this is already on fire. It was not the drawing room. It was the parlor. No, I remember now. Even though I said that I wanted to catch you on fire, you refuse. Fine. All right, so many of the mysteries that I had wanted to solve. The hint was going to be, or strike me dead. Alright, so we will end our day in here. 12 dead-end rooms. Not enough. Not enough. New rooms, too, because the first time walking into Planetarium or Treasure Trove. For as easy, like, it was very easy to get to that thing, and so it's like, oh, the information contained in it was pretty much useless. Oh, no, I was kind of joking. If you get 20, then you get an achievement. I was not going for dead ends, though. And probably won't on stream. That'll be reserved for, if I even try it at all, I'll do that off stream. So that's going to be it for tonight. Most of the stream was taken up in reading about Blackbridge and getting really no information at all. Only a few mysteries are left, and it's going to be, like, I can tell we're now at the part where it's going to get really difficult to have any kind of direction. Especially since I suspect that solving the gallery is just going to give, like, some small bonus. I don't think it's something that's going to be mandatory, like, to put you closer to finishing the game. I think it's just going to be, like, an allowance token and some bonus. I don't know. But yes, thank you, everybody, for being here, and I will be back on Wednesday once again for more blueprints. I'll see you then.